Hi, Julia Watts here. Welcome to my YouTube channel. So today we're going to create a hopefully beautiful silver and white wedding card using products from Sentimentally Yours. And I'll just go through what I'm going to be using ahead of time, so you can make a list if you want to. Everything that, or most of the stuff that I'm using is available on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk. Anything that I haven't got, or if you prefer to shop somewhere else, you can find stuff at honeypotcrafts.co.uk. There is one item I'll be using which isn't available anymore, but I know a lot of you have got it. So from the recent release, I'm going to be using the Floral Finery Magical, which is the Dotty stamp set, A6 stamp set that coordinates with the Perfectly Plain Floral Finery dies. So we're going to be using that. I'm also going to be using the Ticker Tape Tastic 2 Occasionals, which is also from one of the recent releases. Jam-packed with lots of different sentiments. Happy anniversary on your wedding day, divorce, civil partnership, etc, etc. And there are 22 stamps on there. I'm going to also be using the Charm Flags and Banners, which coordinate with the Charmed collection of dies, which was out a few years back. And we're going to be using the Floral Finery Fabulous Fronds. I don't actually have this one in stock, but it's available on Honeypot Crafts. The Heart Sprig Corners, can't remember whether I've got this still, but again you can find that over on Honeypot. We're going to be using the Perfectly Plain Floral Finery dies, which I do have in stock, which obviously coordinate with the stamps. This is the die set which isn't available anymore. This is your Charmed Hearts. Obviously that's going to match the flags and banners that I'm going to be using. I know a lot of you have got these, but obviously any heart die will do. And the big dies we're using are the debossed double stitch squares, which you will find over on my website. And we're going to also be using the heart lattice embossing folder, which I do have in stock as well. And those are all the kind of Sentimentally Yours products that we're using. I'm also going to be using some Versamark and the Superfine Embossing Powder Pure Silver from Sentimentally Yours, and I'm also using the Aurora multifaceted flat back gems, which you can only get at Honeypot. The pearl pickup tools will be coming out. I'll also be using the embossing tool, and I think that's it actually. Anti-static bag as well, very important, and the PVA. So lots and lots of products that we're using. Hopefully this is going to be a beautiful card. I have already done some prep ahead of time, and I've got my layers already stuck down. And this is an 8x8 card. It's going to be a tent card because I put it up the wrong way. Well done. That's obviously a good start, isn't it? Obviously your hearts are going to have to be the right way, so at least I've discovered that straight away. And I'm using the pure white card from Sentimentally Yours, and also the silver lost powder. This is the lighter of the silvers, I think. Okay, so those are my layers. Obviously 8x8, and this is the largest of the debossed double stitch, then the next largest, then the next largest. So that's all going there. Flowers. So I've stamped my flowers and embossed them. So dusted with the anti-static bag, stamped with Versamark using my stamping platform. You can do a batch of them. And added the Superfine Pure Silver embossing powder and heat set. Now taking the dies, it's very easy to line them up. So you do need the Perfectly Plain, the other ones are solid, so you can see through these. And you want a bit of low-tack tape. This is the Scotch one. Now it's not, the other set is called Dreamy, which is the one with the lines on it. I think I've got it here somewhere. Yes, this is the other set, and I do find this set a lot easier to line up, but it doesn't have to be perfect, so don't stress about it too much. So you need to spot the dots that are at the points. I mean, they're not symmetrical flowers, so it's not, you know, it's not going to be perfect. So you find the dots at the end and kind of make it so that it's even all the way around, and then pop your tape down. We'll do the next one. And I think that might be about right. And then I've got the third smallest size, my tape. And then obviously you pop it through your machine. I think that's about right. We'll go with that anyway. So don't, like I say, don't stress too much. It's only a piece of card anyway. So let's pause that and I'll run that through. Okay, so it's all cut now, so we can just pop them out and see how we've got on. So you can see, it doesn't have to be 100%. You wait till you shape them and you put them together, they look absolutely fab. 1, 2, 3. Okay, put those away later. All the dies come on a magnetic sheet, which is rather nice to have. So the storage is already sorted for you. Let's shape the biggest one. What I'm going to do is what I did when I did the Dreamy flower demo, is just hold it with my thumb in the centre, and then using my forefinger of my right hand, I'm just pushing it against my thumb, and it gives you some shape. It's very easy to do. Obviously you can shape them with your tweezers if you want to. You can shape them using a ball tool, you can shape them on the back, but that gives you a nice amount of dimension. Roll it. That. And you go into a mat. You just have a bit of PVA in the centre. Perhaps pick the one that looks the best. They're both about the same actually. If you put the top back on your PVA, then it doesn't tend to bung up at all. It can only bung up if the air gets to it when you leave the top off. And I'm going to press down with a embossing tool onto the moulding mat, and then it gives us that extra shape. And if you just wait for the glue to dry, then it will keep that shape. And then just pop, as I've done here, some Aurora black gems in the centre. Really pretty flowers. So those are the, what's it called, the Dream magical flowers from the Floral Finery. As I said, you'll find it over on my website, juliawattscrafts.co.uk, and also over at Honeypot as well. Okay, so those are the flowers. Using the Ticky Tape Plastic occasionals, I've gone ahead. I don't like embossing on camera because it's noisy. I've stamped "On Your Wedding Day" from the occasionals. See, and embossed it with the silver. Really lovely. And I thought, rather, because I could have used, I'll show you, this set coordinates the Elegant Script Essential Sentiments, actually does coordinate with the charmed dies. So I could have done "Enjoy Your Special Day," but I did actually want to say "On Your Wedding Day." So I thought it would be nice to see that the Ticket Tape Plastic will actually fit on the charmed banner dies, and just for something different really, rather than cutting it out. Obviously if you wanted to, you could still cut the banner dies out, cut this out and stack it up if you wanted to, so you could do that as well. So lots of different ways that you can do the same thing. Let's get this stuck together. So I've used on the charm flags and banners, you've got 3 layers. So it's up to you whether you use 1, 2 or all 3. I've used all 3 because I can. So we've got white on white for the first 2 layers. Again, it's the pure white card from Sentimentally Yours. So you've just got that nice layer to it. Okay. And then we're going to pop this on the charmed. You've got those lovely scalloped, open scallops, as you have with all of the charm dies. And we're going to pop that in there like so. I hope I've got the grate lined up properly. You do have a little bit of kind of wiggle time. I've got black bits everywhere. I think they come off my plates. It drives me nuts. See if we can get rid of that. Right, I'm going to just put that underneath my mat again. I'm going to bring out our tent card. And with the charm dies, what I've done is I've cut the 2 largest dies out at the same time. If you just cut that out, then you get a solid centre with the charmed scallops around the edge. If you just cut that out, then you've got a beautiful stitch detail on a heart, but cutting them together gives you a heart frame. So that means I can see my embossed background underneath, which is what I wanted. Before I position that, I've got 2 of the smallest open corners from the heart sprig corners. And in the heart sprig corners, you get 4 corners. You get 2 solids, a large and a small, 2 opens, a large and a small, and then you get 3 individual hearts as well. So we're going to stick all these down. There is quite a lot of die cutting involved in this, and as with most of these type of cards, it's really all in the prep. So I thought I'd get the prep done all ahead of time. So let's just dip this in because it's very fine, and we want to make sure that we don't get excess glue on this beautiful Luster card. And we'll just get rid of some of the excess and a bit of kitchen roll, and I'm going to position it so that it's on the inside of the debossed stitch lines, because although I've embossed the background, you can still see the debossed stitched lines, so we're going to keep those. What did I do with the other one? Oh, it is in front of you. Bits of black on there as well. Dip that in again. I might need some more glue, but we'll see how we get on. Okay. Tap it off. And we'll again position that so it's just on the inside of the debossed stitch lines. And we'll pop glue on this one. Let's get rid of that glue there before I know I'm going to stick something in it. Don't worry if you do forget and you've got glue stuck on your mat, but you can get it off once it's dry just by rubbing the edge of an acrylic block. So, for example, if there was glue left on, you can just rub your acrylic block along like that and it'll get rid of any excess glue. Same with texture paste as well. Now, I'm not going to bother putting glue on the actual charmed scallop. I'm just going to put it around the frame. And it's going on an embossed background, so it's a little bit of a challenge to get it to stick. You could put really, really fine pieces of double-sided adhesive tape if you wanted to on there, whatever rocks your boat. I'll stand it so you can see. So I want it in the middle-ish, which I think is there. I'll be pointing to that heart there. That's what we'll do. Told you it's a bit of a challenge because of the embossed background, but that's not too bad. Beautiful, beautiful. Okay. Now we'll find our banners. There they are. Now I'm going to put my flowers on, so I want to make sure that it's over enough so that my flowers don't hide the words. And I've got some leaves which are from the Floral Finery. Which one was it? Fabulous Fronds. I'm going to give those a bit of a shape just by folding on the centre of the leaves where you've got the debossed detail. I like to do that, it gives a little bit of movement to the leaves. I am going to snip them. I normally pull them apart, but I'm going to snip them. So we're wanting to have, let's see where we can have the flowers first, because let's do it the way around that Philip does it. Yeah, I actually might leave the end on. I was going to cut the end off, but I think I'm going to leave the end on. So we can have the flowers going around the heart like that. I think that might be quite nice. Maybe have it over a bit, in which case we could, yeah, let's chop that off. We'll chop it off there. Look like that, I think. Yeah, I like that. So let's get this stuck. Actually, I think we will actually stick it with some foam tape. Just a little bit. Just a little bit of 1mm. You can give it a bit of shape if you want to. But I'm actually trying to make cards, even though it's got flowers on it, a little bit flatter. Nowadays. So just some 1mm. And we're going to have it about there, I think. It's straight on. You've got the hearts which help you line things up. I've got a bit of black bits from my plate there again. Give that a dust later. Right, so get the hearts to line it up for me. Nice. And then we get the flowers on and then chuck the leaves in. These stamps to go with the flower dies are definitely, for me, a must-have, because they just extend the life. I mean, it's wonderful using your pattern papers and also your texture stamps and some of your motif stamps as well. There's so much that you can do with the plain die set, even though it's not really that plain, is it? Let's get rid of a bit of that. Don't need such a big stem because we're tucking it in. I think the ticker tape tastic actually works really well in the flags, personally. We'll see. Yeah, I'd love to read your comments to see if you agree with me. Let's put that in there like that. This is always the faffy bit. Adding the flowers and the leaves. I need to try not to have my leaves sticking outside of the card because they don't go in an envelope if I do that. And I don't want to make a box because I'm lazy. I don't need to put too many leaves on. I have that duo just down there, I think. How's that look? Yeah, have that there. And I might take the smaller duo, which comes as a single die, and put that bit near the top. With the little flower, like that. And that's all the leaves and flowers we need, actually. Beautiful. Right, we're going to finish it off with some gems because it's a wedding card. And I think what we'll do is we'll put them on the silver layer here. Oh. No, I'm going to put the 8mm on, I think. I really notice. So some of the Aurora. It's easier to pop some into your pot lid and then you can pick them up with your pick-up tool. Oh. I'm going to put a big one down there. It does take a little bit longer to dry the glue on the luster card because it's shiny, not an absorbent card. This is where you see that your layers aren't quite even. You will find that when you emboss card, actually it does actually stretch the card a little bit. So sometimes it's not always straight once it's been embossed. So some people actually cut it after it's been embossed. But if you're using a die, obviously the process of cutting the die out actually flattens the emboss. So it's like swings and roundabouts, really. So there we go. Hope you like that. It's a tent card. Like I said, I never make a tent card. But that's what it is. Hope you like that. I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out. As I said, you'll find everything over on my website, or the majority of it, juliewattscrafts.co.uk, and you can also find it over at honeypotcrafts.co.uk too. Do like and subscribe my YouTube channel. I do like to read your comments, and there's lots and lots of content on there for you to get some inspiration. And thank you for watching.